All right. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Instagram. I'm going to look at the YouTube camera, so I'm not looking back and forth. And today I'm talking about work you love, how to find it, and how to get even more clarity and stop sabotaging ourselves from pursuing it. So this has come up with my clients a lot recently, and in two different ways. In one way, some of my clients are pursuing work that they love. All they want to do is find work that they love. On the other hand, some of my clients have found work that they love, and they're questioning whether they've actually found it or if they're in the wrong direction. They're starting to question if this in fact is what they were working toward. What I want to do today is quick ticket your way to work that you love by redefining it and by getting even more clear about what you mean when you say work you love. Because I think when we stay, what I've seen is when we stay on that level, that surface level of work that I love, we miss the actual thing that we're going toward, and it leaves a lot of room for confusion, for questioning, and for self-sabotage. So I have some notes that I'm going to refer to as well, keep myself on track. What I am not saying in this video is that work that you love doesn't exist. That's not what I'm saying. In fact, on my website, I pulled a quote. I say in my About Me page, I am on fire with elation and gratitude for my dream career and life. I have said in posts, I have said in videos that I am doing work that I love, that this is my most passionate work that I could ever imagine. And I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to be doing work that I love and to help you find work that you love. I use those words. Now, what I'm saying in this video is that that isn't where we stop. That isn't our actual gold star. Because when we say work that I love, when we use the quote, I want to find work that I love so I never work a day in my life, there's something underneath that is unique to each individual that we're actually striving for. And if we don't clarify that, if we don't clarify what's under the statement, we're going to get lost. You're going to get lost because there will be an inaccurate measurement, essentially, that determines where you're going and if you are on track. So let's get under the assumptions. Let's ask yourself, and this is what I'm going to encourage you to do today, ask yourself what your assumption is. So for me, my assumption or my truth when I say that I'm doing work that I love, it's that I'm doing work that I feel I am autonomous with. I have my autonomy in the work that I love. I am passionate about it. I believe in my mission and my work's impact. I believe in coaching through and through. That's why I will always have my own coaches, and I will talk about coaching as a fantastic way to grow and to expedite time and to expedite our goals. Whether or not I was a coach, I would say that. And that's what I mean by work that I love, that I am doing what I am passionate about, what I believe in, and in a way that feels really good for me, which for a large part is just fostering my own autonomy and ensuring that I can set my own schedule, my own rules, my own deadlines. And that is what energizes me and keeps me passionate and ignited to do what I do. But for you, it's going to look different. Maybe it'll look kind of similar if you're similar to me and being this ambitious hard worker who is a questioner and really wants to ensure that what they're doing aligns with themselves and with their own rule system, that they believe in it through and through. Or maybe for you, it means striking a balance between work and family or adventure and travels. Maybe for you, work that you love actually means utilizing this passionate, creative side of you in some way. It's digging under what you mean individually by work that you love and never working a day in your life. What do you mean by that statement? Because through the research, through positive psychology, I've learned and studied, and there are ample studies to suggest this as true, that we really wouldn't thrive if we weren't working. If we truly weren't working a day in our life, that doesn't give us fulfillment. That doesn't bring that contentment and that meaning that we all desire. Every human desires that. And when we have meaning, when we have fulfillment, that's when we are most ignited and we are well as a whole. We are a well individual. And so I contend that we're not actually looking to not work. We're looking for something else. Again, that thing below the statement. I'll give an example. In my my group program, the Yes and Experience, we're currently building schedules, our ideal schedules. And what's really interesting is that about half the group is looking to add more structure to their life, and about half the group is looking to add less structure to their life. And so that's the surface level. That's the surface level goal. I want more structure or I want less structure. And if we stayed there, it would seem like these contradict each other, right? And so then we'd say, well, this doesn't make any sense. This program isn't working. There's no way we can find a solution because people are wanting opposite things. However, when we dig underneath what the true desire is, when half of the group is saying, I want more structure, and half of the group is saying they want less structure, what they're actually desiring, almost everyone, is to find a schedule that includes everything that they value, that relieves stress, and that helps them find balance in whatever their definition of balance is. Be it with a side gig and passions, be it with family, be it with having enough breaks in their schedule to go on travel once we can do that again. So underneath the initial thought of what our initial aim is, which is more or less structure, we're finding everyone has a very similar aim, which is similar in the sense that it's aligning with their values and their desires and their obligations that are unique to their life. And then, of course, very different, that everyone's specifics, the details of that looks different person to person. And what's valuable in digging under to this level, be it in my group program when we're building our ideal schedules, or you today digging under what you mean by finding work that you love, is that you find a more accurate measurement by which to determine if you are on track or not, by which to determine if you are living what you want to be living. So you're called to finding work you love for some reason. You're called to create something new for some reason. And it's my goal to help you attain that and know that you've attained that. If you continue saying, is this work that I love? If you're questioning, are sending these emails, is this actually work that I love? I don't really love this task at the moment. It can get confusing. However, if you had clarified, I am looking for work that I believe in and that I feel like I can utilize my autonomy, that I can really step into my autonomy with, then me, for instance, looking at my email inbox, it might not feel very autonomous to send out emails, to reply to someone else's messages because they're looking for answers or for my reply. That isn't really the definition of autonomy and being completely free-flowing with what I do every day. However, when I realized that those messages are to be on a podcast and to collaborate with someone I really care about, replying to my clients, then I realized, yeah, this is on the big picture working toward this goal and living this goal of being in passionate work that I care about and I believe in and I'm excited to do. And that I'm autonomous with, that I have chosen to do. And so for you, I invite you to dig under your belief. What do you actually mean when you say work that I love? And then use that as your measurement stick. And furthermore, not only your measurement stick of the big picture of where you're going, of your direction, your newly clarified direction, but also think of it as that big picture rather than the details. So rather than saying, oh, but like making this one post isn't work that I love, or submitting this proposal isn't really something that I love, ask yourself on the big picture, is this what I love? And when I say what I love, insert your newly defined definition of work that I love. So is this work that I'm passionate about on a whole, on the big picture, with the big scale? That's the goal. All right. Hopefully that is clear. And if you have any other questions, I'm of course available to you, regardless of where you're coming from, Instagram or YouTube. And I encourage you also to utilize this in my decision matrix game, which is just as fun as any other game. It would be with the benefit of you find a resolution, a conclusion, a decision, and direction with action by the end of playing this game in just 15 minutes. It uses a lot of the mindset that I talked about today of digging under what we assume at the surface level. And when we find that underneath, that truer statement, it gives us way clearer direction to take confident action forward. So that decision matrix game is available to you for free, yesandbymarin.com/decision or /decide, sorry. yesandbymarin.com/decide. And I encourage you to play that. I also encourage you to reach out if you have further questions. And all in all, Just dig under your belief. What do you mean by work that I love? And then start using that statement and that North Star and that measuring stick instead of just finding work that I love, which can leave so much room for question and confusion. All right, I hope this was helpful. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will chat soon.